All right, guys, welcome back. It is Tuesday. We're going to get into our grammar lesson for today. So let's get into that share screen mode. Grab our smart board. All right, so yesterday at the beginning of our lesson, I introduced to you what our weekly layout is going to be for our skills. Today, we're going to pop on into grammar. So let's just fast forward through what we did yesterday. We went over our suffixes, okay, for spelling, and I told you that we're basically doing the same layout that we did for our skills booklet. We just kind of blew up the pages, okay? We did those endings, suffixes come at the end. Remember we did prefixes a little while back. Those came at the beginning. And then you had some IXL skills practice to do with our gold stars. Okay, so today we are going to focus on contractions. And contractions are when we put two words together. We join them with an apostrophe. Stop shuffling your feet. That's very noisy, Joseph. And we put an apostrophe to take the place of some letters that we cut out. So let's look at some common contractions here. Is and not, right? They're giving us this example. And when we use the apostrophe, it takes the place of the vowel O. So we put that in the middle of the N and the T. So you have some similar ones down here. If we combine I and am, we say I'm. The apostrophe takes the place of the A. How about we and are? We say we're. That apostrophe takes the place of the vowel A. She and will, we say she'll. That apostrophe takes the place of the W and the I. He is, we say he's. Apostrophe takes the place of the I. Do and not, we say don't. Right? Again, takes the place of the O. You have, you've, we cut out that HA. It is becomes its, once again, taking place of the I. Did not, again, that apostrophe gets rid of the O. You would becomes you'd. That apostrophe takes the place of all those letters, the W, O, U, and the L. So we get rid of all of those letters. So it's kind of like a space saver. That apostrophe becomes a space saver. They are, we get rid of that vowel A, becomes there. So a lot of these are very common. I know you've seen them before. They're part of our review, part of our lesson. Remember, cumulative review means we don't just see something once in the beginning of the year. It does come back so that we don't forget about it. All right, let's try some together. All right, so let's read the directions together. A contraction is a word made by putting two words together. When the words are joined in a contraction and apostrophe, I know you want to say it. Go ahead, apostrophe. Shows where a letter or letters have been left out. Some contractions combine a pronoun and a verb. I and am become I'm. He and is become he's. We and are become we're. You and will become you'll. We and will become we'll. They and are become their. So it means that they're showing somebody's going to do something. I am, right? I am going to do something. He is, we are, you will, we will, they are. So it's kind of showing that they're about to take action to do something. Some contractions combine a verb and not, cannot, is not, do not, will not, are not. Okay, so let's look at this example here. They're swimming in the lake, but I can't see them. So they're swimming. It's telling us that they are doing something, right? They're swimming. Swimming is our action verb. I know you missed our funny little YouTube video, right? Action verbs are so cool. It's not as cool when I sing it as the guy in the video, but okay, so let's read our sentences, write the contraction in each sentence. So if you're doing this in your journal, you can just write the numbers going down. We have 10 here. We have 10 sentences. So you can number it 1 through 10, and you can just write the contraction on the line for your answer. You do not have to write the whole sentence, okay? All right, number 1 says, watch the Olympics and you'll see some great swimmers. So can you find the contraction in the sentence? Got it? Yes, you are correct. It is you'll. So it does. It doesn't ask us to circle them. If you want, you can go ahead and circle it when you find it. If not, you can just write it on the line if you already did print these out. So I did attach this in the email. So if you did print it out, you can just go ahead and write it on the line. If not, you can jot it down in your journal. All right, let's go on over to number 2. The Americans think they'll win many medals. So once again, if they are competing in the Olympics, that's what they're talking about, that the Americans that are competing think they win many medals. So let's talk about that. Yes, you are correct. It is they'll. And what 2 words make up they'll? They will. Yes, you are correct. If you're doing it in your journal, if you want, you can go ahead and write the 2 words that make up that contraction next to it. You can put you and will, and next to they'll, you can put they and will, if you want. I won't miss their big race tonight. Do you see your contraction in that sentence? If you are doing it on the worksheet, you can go ahead and circle it once you find it. Won't. Yes, you are correct. And what is different about won't? This is a very strange contraction here because it's not will not, right? It does have not in it, but what's strange about this contraction? It's actually will not. When we put won't together, yeah, it's a very funny one, right? We see it, we know that it's will and not, but how come it's not willn't? It's very strange. It's one of those irregular words, right? So it is won't. You can go ahead and write that on the line if you want. Grab it, circle it, rope it around. But it is one of those strange ones. It's an irregularity where if we were to separate it, it is will not. I don't know why they put it together as won't. I didn't create that one. I just teach them to you. All right, number 4. I can't believe she broke the world record. Good for her. Spot your contraction. Yes, you are correct. It is can't. Go ahead, find it, and then toss it on the line. All right, maybe we'll swim in the Olympics someday. Maybe we'll swim in the Olympics someday. Maybe you will. I definitely won't. I'm not that good a swimmer. As much as I love mermaids, I don't think I could ever be one in the Olympics. It might be fun to try out, though. Spot it yet? Yes, you are correct. It is will. And if you are writing the 2 separate words, it would be what? We and will. Good. All right, let's go down to the second part. Read the sentence. Write the contraction in each sentence, then write the word or words that make up the contraction. Okay, so for this one, they actually want you to do what I suggested if you were doing it in your journal, to write next to it. So we're going to just take some extra space next to it and do that. Doesn't look like they give you a big space next to the line, but we'll extend that. Okay, so number 6 says they're starting the race. So find our contraction. Got it? Yes, it's there. And you can capitalize it. It is the first word in the sentence. So if you do capitalize it because it happens to be capitalized, you can. So it's there. And then they do want us to go next to it and write the 2 separate words that make it up. So you can go ahead and extend that line if you want, if you are working on the worksheet. If not, and then I'm sure there's already extra space in your journal. You can continue on over and you can write they. Let me stretch my line out a little. And are, because those are the 2 separate words that make up that contraction, they and are. All right, I'm gonna just come down over here and extend all of my lines just a little bit so that I don't have to do that in the middle of answering each question. Get that done and out of the way. Okay. All right, and real quick, you know, I'm gonna do so they don't move. Lock it. All right, number 7. Jeremy is in this race and he's in the first lane. Okay, so let's find our contraction. They're real easy to spot with those apostrophes, right? Okay, so it is, yes, it's he's. And what 2 separate words make up he's? You got it. He and is. Good job, you guys. See, these are easy, right? I hope this version of remote learning is a lot easier for you. I hope that me sending the worksheets to you is easier than you having to worry about picking them up. Hopefully there's no printer issues. I know it was a lot easier to just give you that foldable, right, where they were shrunken and cropped and all on one page. So I apologize for the copies, but I did try to shrink and reduce it so that you don't have that many to do. You know, I know you guys are getting overwhelmed with lots of work to do at home. So I hope that it's easy for you to do through the YouTube videos. And I did try to make it as close to what we were doing in school for you. So, but I do apologize that you have so much stuff to do. I did try to make it easy breezy for you, and I miss you. I really do. Okay, back to number 8. I really do miss you. This is like really, it's really hard to be home and not be able to stop and do all the little funny things. And when somebody be doing something, and what are you playing with? And why are you digging in your desk? And why are you leaning over your chair? And what are you doing over there? And why are you doing something funny? And what are you laughing at? I miss all the funny things that we used to just bust out into class and somebody laughing for no reason and me saying, whoa, no, what are you laughing at? Let's laugh too. And you know, all the funny things that used to go on in our classroom. It's so boring at home without you guys. Really. It's so weird. So, truly, I miss you. All right, number 8. It's important to get a fast start. All right, grab that contraction with that apostrophe. It's, yes, all right. You can give it that capital letter if you want, because it is the first, it's the first word in the sentence. And it is made up of it and is. Over here. Well, the closest we can get to having fun in class is me doing all my quirky voices with you, right? As good as it gets. All right. Isn't a fast turn important also? Isn't a fast turn important? So they are talking about these races, going around the track, basically, you know, competing in these, you know, Olympic things. That's what this whole, all these sentences are about. So staying in the lanes, running around the track, that's what all of these are tying together with. So how to win at running a race. So think of field day, you know, when you're trying to compete and running a race against someone. So when you're starting a race, you know, it's important to have a fast start at the get-go. You know, making sure that when you're taking the turns in those lanes, you're staying in tight and not losing your balance and all that stuff and all those other things. And now they're talking about swimmers. So they're talking about a swimming race. I thought they were talking about running. All right. Swimming race. I was way off there. Well, I can't run fast and I'm not an excellent swimmer. So you know me, I'm not very athletically inclined. I'm artistically inclined though. I have good drawing skills. Some of you are good athletes, so in gym class. I wasn't good at that. Not the kid that liked field day, definitely not. So I sympathize for those of you who don't like to run races or are not fast, right? And I always tell you guys that on field day, I'm always like, if you want to sit this one out, I get it. I'm not a fast runner. I wasn't good at sports. We all got to be good at something, right? What am I good at? All my kids knows. What am I good at? Making mistakes, right? Okay. All right, number 9. Isn't a fast turn important also? I don't know. Is it? What's our contraction? Isn't. All right, there's our contraction. It is made up of what? 2 words. Is and not. All right, get it on the line. Just for once, I would like to type on my smart little notebook and have it just appear right on the line instead of all over the board. It's difficult. Number 10, the other swimmers can't beat Jeremy. Guess they're just not as good as him. What's all contraction? Can't. You got it. Can't, and it's made up of what? Can. Not. All right. Well, I know it's not the most interesting of sentences, them talking about the Olympics, but for those of you who like sports, I don't know, maybe it was. All right, let's see what's on the next page. So those are our contractions. All right, Few more for you. I know, I'm sorry. It's not an exciting lesson, contractions, but then you get to go play on IXL. So maybe they'll have something more exciting for you. All right, writing the contractions in each sentence, then write the word or words that make up the contraction. Same thing we just did, okay? Just bear with me, a little bit of practice here. Can't have you forget contractions. All right, number one, you can't win the race without training. So obviously it's very important you train anything that you do in life, right? Practice helps you train for something. So let's spot our contraction. It is what? Can't. Same one we just did on the very last page. So last one on that page, first one on this page. Can't, made up of can and not. These are Olympic athletes and they're training many hours each week. I'm just gonna use my funny voices to entertain you so we can get through home stretch. Gotta do it, gotta do it. Contraction, you got it. There, and it's made up of what two words? They and what? All right, come on, you can do it. I know you can, come on, bear with me. Come on, get funny. I know it's torture, but we gotta do it. I know. She's a great swimmer. Maybe she's a mermaid. Maybe, you never know. She's a great swimmer. What is our contraction? She's, and it's made up of she and is. Come on, I know it's boring. I know, come on, you can do it, you can do it. She didn't know swimming was so challenging. Ah, it's the holding the breath part, right? Didn't know she was about to suffocate underwater. What's our contraction? Didn't, you are correct, didn't. And it's made up of did and not. All right. Maybe you'll become a swimmer too. Only if I could grow a tail and fins, be a mermaid. Maybe. It's our contraction. You'll. You are correct. You and you got it. Will. You and will. All right. Funny monkeys. All right, let's go down here, write the contraction. All right, so we're working backwards. They're gonna give us the two separate words. We're gonna put them together. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Wah, wah, wah. There's Miss Roselli that you all know and love. All right, you will not believe Gertrude Ederle's strength and willpower. Well, she was a very determined woman. First one to swim across that English Channel, right? So let's take will and not and put it together. It is not willn't. It's not a word. Don't want to hear you say it. So it is won't. Won't. And you just have to write the contraction. You do not have to write the full sentence. If you want to, you can. I know you're not going to. Trust me. I know you guys. All right, number 7. She could not have crossed the English Channel without them, meaning her strength and willpower. Could not becomes what? Couldn't. Make sure you are putting the apostrophe in the proper place though, okay? Make sure you're putting it where we cut out the vowel in those extra letters. The channel is wide and it is stormy. It is becomes it's. Right about now, one of you would be cracking a joke about the clown movie It, and I'd be like, what? You guys saw that movie? So whenever we say the word it, somebody's got to bring up that movie. All right, that was on last night, by the way. Chapter 2. See, these are the things I miss about you guys. And then somebody would bring up something about a red balloon. I know it. I miss our classroom banter. All right, many swimmers have tried to swim the channel and they have given up. Given up. All right, they and have. They've. You've got it. Baby, you've got it. I miss you guys. Like a lot. Like a lot. I mean, like, not like, you know, not like just like this much, like, you know, miss like saving our muffins in the morning. Miss like making the graham cracker things for you. Miss waiting for the smartboard to take forever to heat up. I even miss all our interruptions, like the phone calls and the intercom and the cheesy music in the morning that they play. And Pledge of Allegiance and our kindness pledge. The endless announcements, them coming around with the, you know, you need anything from Lost and Found? All that stuff. It's crazy. All those little annoyances, right? All right, number 10. Gertrude Ederle was a great swimmer and she is my role model. She is becomes cheese. Cheese, not cheese. Cheese. She's a lady. All right. That concludes all contractions. Are you done? Are you glad we're done? Hey, I'm trying to teach here. Shh, Joey. Sorry about that. See, daily interruptions. All right, so I know that was painful. We got through contractions. I'm going to give you your IXL, one for like 15, 20 minutes. I gave you 2 things to do. We have pronoun verb contractions and contractions with not. Kind of covers both areas of contractions that we've done. So go on, do your contractions. You'd probably be bored to death with it. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm sorry. But if you really don't want to do contractions because you're bored to death with it, what you can do is do me a favor and go on RazKids and go practice some RazKids. Do your independent reading. Keep working on your independent reading levels because I really don't want you to fall behind with that. Okay, guys? I know it's hard. I know usually you're so used to going into the library and getting to pick your books and going and doing stop and jots and 4 squares and whatnot. So if you're really bored to death of IXL, then go into RazKids and go practice on RazKids for a while. Okay? All right, so that's your grammar lesson. I have to make you do it. I know. You're probably bored with it, but I have to make you do it, okay? Don't hate me. So, okay, you still get to see my face and we get to be sarcastic and funny every day. So, okay. So that's your lesson for today. I miss you, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for reading. All right. Bye, guys.